What is going on, guys? On today's episode, we have this 2018 Ford Power Stroke 6.7 liter F250. This is actually a really good buddy of mine's truck. He left it with me for a week since he was out of province for work. And he wants us to install these pod lights as an auxiliary lighting system. As far as I know, he's going to do all the wiring. We just get to do the fabrication, which is great because I'm horrible at wiring. But not really sure why he decided or even trusted me to leave me his truck. But could be a bad idea on his part, could not be. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, so we have the F250 bumper right here. This is actually the bracket. As you can see, it just comes through there, and that bolts to the pod light. And this is actually the mounting bolt, nice stainless hardware. So we're just going to drill a hole in this bumper, and, probably right here. And, that's how we're going to mount it. And, don't worry if the bolt, you can always just kind of just jam it in there. Geez, those Ford bumpers are a little bit tougher than I thought they were. And you can do, if the bolt don't fit, you can just kind of round it out. And it's perfect. It's great. And now you got this great hole that you can kind of just seam already. You know what I mean? So what we're actually going to be doing with the truck is we're going to make some brackets out of this 3/16 mile steel, and we're actually going to be using this 1 3/4 DOM. It's outside diameter, 1 3/4 for the actual straight piece that goes around. I was kind of hoping that I could have put it in my sheet metal rollers and kind of had this nice curve, because the Ford bumpers do have a nice curve on the front of them. But unfortunately, with this size and where they are for sheet metal, it's just going to kind of crush the pipe and flatten it and kind of egg shape it. So we don't want that. So I think what I might do, it's only for 4 lights. I think we just had a straight piece with a nice set of brackets. I think that will look great. Overall, we have 4 lights once again. And they're not very big, so I feel that if we have 4 lights just mounted here, it's not going to take up very much room. And it's just going to be nice, clean, straight line, keep it simple, stupid. And I think that's going to be the best for this truck. First and foremost, I'm going to get a measurement and I'll cut this length. And then we can go into our design software on the computer and design a couple sets of brackets. Ended up with here is this 1 3/4 OD tubing. I actually did put it in the tubing bender and just gave it a little break in the middle. I'm not sure if you can actually see that, just right here, and that'll give it a little bit more of a contour instead of just having a straight bar. Nothing too drastic, but just to give it that little extra bit. Went ahead and actually blew out these 3/16 brackets. These are going to bolt into the bumper. There's actually a couple of bolt holes there, and they're going to weld right here like so. So that'll give you somewhat of an idea of what that's kind of going to look like there. And that gives me enough meat to put a nice MIG weld around that. I did go ahead on the 50-ton brake, and I did put a bend in this. I'm not sure if that's the right bend I'm going to need. I might have to come in here and probably actually do a little break here somewhere, just to make sure that it all kind of lines up together and I get that nice weld around there and that nice fitment. And then it got to be centered in the bumper as well. So As you can see, we got a couple little test runs with just some old scrap 1/8 plate. But it worked out pretty great. I must say these brackets came out great so far. Should be a pretty cool little simple light bar when it's all said and done. So I think what I'm going to do now, I think I'm at the stage where I'm going to have to drill a couple holes, soft mount these in, make sure that they're what we need. We may have to do a couple more bends and put these up, put it in place. So I think I'm going to have to get the truck in here and yeah, clear some room for the pickup. Alright guys, so this is actually our finished product on the bracket, well besides paint. But this is where the mount goes, and Ford actually makes this very easy because the way they have it kind of set up is this is your bumper, goes in behind your bumper, and these nice little bolts that have this kind of rounded head onto it. I actually thought it was a nut at first, but that kind of goes in and pinches everything together, and then you can pinch your bracket in behind there. I don't know if I can get you in any closer here just to kind of zoom you in. 1 second. So you can kind of see there. Bear with me guys, bear with me. So you can kind of see there how that bolt goes in through and it just catches back there like that. And it's just pinched in, so pretty solid, not going anywhere. So now we're going to put our bar here over to the other side, but first I have to drill a couple more holes. So there's kind of the finished product guys. As you can see, this is our 3/16 brackets. Bolted in here, comes up, and I got that little bend there, as you can see. A little bit more of a gap here, but you could have came probably right here again and gave it another bend in if you really wanted to, but I think that came out pretty good. I'm happy with it anyways. So now we have to make tabs for the lights. Maybe I may reach out to them and probably we'll just drill a hole right through this. This is pretty heavy wall pipe. And at least then if you wanted to, you know, play with the lights, you could probably put 2 on top and 2 down low, or you could switch them around that way. But if I put a tab up here, essentially it goes on top and that's its final resting place. So guys, what do you think? We actually went ahead, just gave it a quick coat of black paint. Would have been really nice if we powder coated it, but when you're operating within a budget, I mean, you do what you got to do. How we went ahead and mounted them after is these lights actually came with this little U-shaped bracket, and of course came with all the stainless hardware. But after reaching out to my buddy, he said just weld them on there. He said he's never going to run them without these lights. It's less hardware to worry about coming loose over bumpy terrain and whatnot. So they were stainless, so we just went ahead and MIG'd them on there. Regular MIG wire will happen, but unfortunately that way you don't get the corrosion resistance of that you would get with stainless. So put a nice heavy coat of black on there. I actually went and got another light because I felt it just looked a lot better with 5 lights as opposed to 4. It just kind of filled the space in a little bit better. So he originally brought me 4. We put 5 there for him. And yeah, I think it came out great. It's very simple. Not too overcomplicated, not too over the top, but definitely looks great. And once again, if you guys are wondering, we use 3/16 for the bracketry. This was 1 3/4 OD tubing. I believe it was right around 1/8 wall. So very, very sturdy, not going anywhere. And yeah, kind of happy with how it came out. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like seeing this sort of thing, give me a like, subscribe. It all helps out. Thanks. See you on the next one. Oh man, step and dodge. Relax, it's just a Ford.